mind as such has a great mastery of confusing itself. It can confuse itself by bringing forth some preconceived ideas, or it will recycle the old ideas and claim it as if it is a new idea. But in a way, nothing is new. And in a way, everything is new. But in a way, to understand this very secret, we have to have the stillness, the quietude. Now, mind gets stilled even in deep sleep. At that time, we don't have any notion about where we are lying, where we are sleeping, or what kind of emotionally state we were having. Happy, unhappy, sad, remorseful, angry. Once you are gone into the deep sleep, everything kind of gets blanketed. In a way, everything gets blacked out. Mind is not thinking about anything because it's so much deep down into the sleepiness that the very sluggishness of the sleep puts a strange kind of stillness to the mind. And the most interesting thing is this, that this very state, this very deep sleep state is the most relaxing time of human being. In the waking stage, we may have great experiences, great sights and smells and great touches. We may wear great jewelries and great clothings, but yet nothing comes close to the relaxation which we have in our deep sleep. Nothing comes even close to what we experience in the deep sleep. And let me say, this deep sleep in a way is a meditative state of the mind because mind is quiet. And mind is still. And mind is not thinking. Mind is not imaginating. Mind is not speculating. Mind is not bothered about the past. Mind is not bothered about the future. Not friends, not foes. No ambitions, no mischievousness, no anger, no prejudice. Nothing. Mind is still. But still, the sleep cannot be called truly meditative state because at that time, person is unconscious. Person does not know that he or she is in that deep, relaxing state. It's only when we wake up, then we say, good morning. I had a very good night's sleep. I slept very tight. But when you were in sleep, you couldn't say at that time, you couldn't announce it at that time how good you were feeling. So this all relaxation, this all goodness of the sleep, in a way, goes wasted. But still, it gives us a clue. And I would say, even if you don't learn to meditate whole of your life, yet you all meditate in your deep sleep. But you don't know that it is a meditation. It is close to meditation. The experience is exactly the same. Your mind is calm, your mind is still. You enjoy that. So you might have great possessions. You might have a beautiful lady, a woman with you. You might have the handsome man with you. You might have the biggest palatial bungalow in which you live. You might have billions in your bank accounts. Yet, you would like to go to sleep. You would want to go to sleep. And if someone takes away your sleep and says, be happy with everything else, if someone says to you that leave everything, but don't sleep, you will say, sorry, I cannot leave my sleep. If someone says, okay, take everything, but don't sleep, you'll say, sorry, I cannot leave my sleep. In a way, we don't appreciate the sleep also. But yet, this one state denominates meditation in its one realm, in its one kind. And I would say, if we can have the same experience, the stillness, the quietude, the flow of the thoughts is no more, it has stopped, but you are not sleeping, you are awake. And when you are awake and you are in this deep relaxation, mind quiet, stillness there, then you are the most joyous person on the earth. Because even the kings are bothered by their own minds, because their minds are always in this great hot pursuit to achieve this or to achieve that. They are missing this and they are missing that. So in a way they are still a pauper, not a king. But when you are in this meditativeness, you have everything. What were you looking for? You were looking for joy. Aren't we seeking joy from things, from possessions, from body, from health, from richness, from being a celebrity, a popular person? In the end, at the back of the tunnel, joyness, happiness is the only thing which we desire for. And right in this meditativeness, you are joyous, your mind is stilled, your mind is quiet, and you know it, and you are enjoying every bit of it, and you are conscious of it. This makes you a complete person. Now this person will not be hankering. Now this person knows that the purity of happiness is right there within the heart. So all the slavery, all kind of slaveries which we are living in gets shattered. And we, for the first time in our life, we are able to breathe free because we are free of our own mind. There is no bigger slavery than the slavery of the mind. And every man and woman walking on this earth are slave of their own minds. It is the mind which rules their life. It is the mind which instructs them what to do and what not to do. It is the mind which rules with its scepter. And we don't even know that. In meditation, once we have this glimpse, this small glimpse of freedom, of sheer joy, of sheer happiness, this walks as wonder. And then we know that if ever in my life I wish to be misery-free, then I don't have to go to someone or some place. I can just simply close my eyes and be with my own inner being. And that is enough. So my all hankerings for the world ends. My all running, my all seekings, my all search ends. This is the reason that we do need to learn to meditate. And meditation isn't something which will happen on its own. We do need a master. We do need someone who has experienced the deep alleys of the mind, who knows all the nooks and the corners of the mind, and how the mind can self-hypnotize itself by saying, you know everything, why do you need to meditate? You have read so much, why do you need to meditate? But by reading about meditation, you won't still be not knowing at all an iota of what meditation is. You may learn and read books about swimming, how to go into the water, how to wade into the water, how to fly your arms, how to move your legs, how to breathe in and how to breathe out, how to keep your eyes open when you are underneath the water surface. And yet with all this reading and all this bookish knowledge which you have, if you will ever try to enter into even a baby's pool, you will drown. Because reading about the swimming does not give you the experience of the swimming. We need to go into the water to know what it means to swim. Yes, definitely there would be some accidents happening. You will swallow lots of water. You may go underneath. You may get desperate to get out of the water and you don't know how to save yourself. And at that time, your guide, your teacher comes to rescue you. And the teacher then holds your hand and he says, don't worry, I've held you. Your hand is with me. You are safe. And with all this cajoling and the feeling of the security that the teacher is there, won't let me drown, the person tries for the second time again to swim, and then the third time, and then the fourth time, and gradually learns to swim. This is what is to be done in this inner world of meditation. We do need a guide who helps us to understand, because when you will try to meditate even on your own, on the basis of the books, on the basis of the knowledge which you have heard or which you have read from the scriptures, when you begin to meditate, the first go leads you to the deep, deep, dark alleys of the subconscious mind only. And it isn't surprising that in the name of meditation, people just sleep and they don't even know that they are sleeping. Whenever they get up, for them, they were meditating. But if there would be someone to see what they were doing, they were just in a sleep, in a deep relaxation. And no wonder sometimes some people say, why meditate? It is just like sleeping. Why can't I just sleep? And it's very similar. I sleep and I am away from all worries and away from all sufferings. Why do I need a teacher to learn to meditate? But the thing is, the sleep is very, very much different from the meditation. The sluggishness and the sleepiness is not meditation. But when you begin to meditate and when you begin to put the words which you have heard into experimentation, only then you will know that there are these stages where you go into the sleep. Because to go into the sleep, the habit is a very deep one. And normally closing eyes for us means that we are ready to go to sleep, because otherwise we don't close our eyes. So initially when you would close your eyes, the tendency of the mind and the body also would be, the moment the body is relaxed, the moment the mind is relaxed, the sleep happens. And when this sleep happens, many people tend to take it as a meditation. I remember a story where the Zen master was approached by his young disciple. He asked Master, "These days I am having great experiences in my meditation." Master said, "I would like to see you when you are meditating." So the next morning, a young man with his all zeal and enthusiasm went to the master, did the bow, took his seat, closed his eyes, spine straight, started meditating, and within minutes, it happened as the master already had assumed what was happening with him, and that was he went into sleep. Now, this sleep, when happens, this is very different from the normal sleep which you tend to have when you are lying down. Because in this process, when the sleep happens, your body doesn't fall down, your head doesn't roll, your shoulders don't droop, your head remains very much straight, and yet you are asleep, soundly asleep. The master saw it for a few minutes, and then he picked up his staff and gave a huge whack on the head of his young monk. And he was really astounded. Why the master is whacking him? Why the staff? Why this beating? And the master kicked him hard and said, "Go away and master your vigilance. You are not meditating. You are just sleeping." Thus, it's very, very much necessary to know the intricacies of meditation. One does needs a master who can oversee where you are being led to. Because the first stage of the meditation is relaxation, definitely. And the second stage can be of vigilance, but it will be of sleepiness. In yoga, we call it Tandra. Tandra means sleep, but yet not sleep. Not waking, but not fully asleep. So you won't be snoring, that's for sure. You won't be dreaming, that's completely taken. You won't be snoring. Your body won't fall down. You will be sitting as straight like a Buddha is, but yet you would be drowned in the unconsciousness of your mind, and you won't even know where you have ended up. The vigilance, the alertness, the wakefulness is very important. What Buddha used to say, mindfulness. This mindfulness is meditation. And this mindfulness will only happen when we are vigilant. In the Dhammapada, Buddha again and again says, those who are vigilant will be victorious. And those who will not be vigilant, Mara will destroy them. Now let's understand Mara. Again and again, Buddha is talking about Mara. Who is Mara? Who is this devil who is ready to take you away from your spiritual growth? Mara is not a Christian devil with a tail and horns on his head. Mara is the name of your own mind, which will provoke you, deviate you, distract you, and you won't even know that your own mind is playing these evil games.